Hey guys, how's it? Your boy M.K.S here, finally back with you with part three of this video. Of this plan for Juventus. Um, Hope you're well wherever you are, and yeah, I thought I'd finally get around to making this video as I have a chance to upload it finally. So anyway, I hope you check out parts one and part two if you haven't already done so. If you did, I hope you enjoy them. And as ever, as I always say, I appreciate your views and likes and shares and all that sort of thing, and just general support for my channel to support a small YouTuber. So yeah, these are some of my dreams for Italian football, in this specific case, Juventus. And yeah, so what sort of things I would dream about mainly is like investment into both buying overseas players and investing in the youth. So a bit of both of those things. But yeah, so I'm going to crack on with my list as this is one of my list videos. And again, I'm continuing on from parts one and two, so please check them out as well. So here goes. So number 21, 21 again, just to recap some of my ideas. I'd love to see players like Messi play alongside Ronaldo, and even like players like Messi, M.B.S, Haaland, especially some young players, young up-and-coming players, and for Juventus to be like the Galacticos, like when Real Madrid, they used to have the Galacticos. I'd love to see an Italian team like Juventus having the Galacticos. And also, whilst they might be rivals, another thing I wish to repeat is whilst they might be rivals in Serie A or the Coppa Italia or other such competitions where they play against each other in domestic competitions, I think that Italian teams should get behind, or Italian fans should get behind each other when they're playing against other teams like English or Spanish or German or French or whatever other teams. But yeah, so basically to support Italian teams, especially when they're playing non-Latin teams or that sort of thing. But yeah, so I'd love to see Juventus have as much investment as possible, and again, possibly even having multi-company investment in the club and buying all those great players together in like a super team. But very idealistic of me, but I'd love to see that. Number 22, the owners of Juventus are the same people who own Fiat. So I read that the owners are worth like 15 billion. So sometimes I do wonder why. Recently, I've been wondering why Juve's owners haven't spent like loads of money, like Man City or Chelsea or other such clubs owners, obviously in England or even other or PSG's owners in France or whatever. So I think it'd be great to see. I hope they won't be too mad at me for suggesting this idea, but I think that'd be great to see the Agnelli family, who own Fiat, spending like £1 billion or 1.5 billion euros or whatever, something like that, on so like 10% of their, although that would be 10% of their net worth. I suppose it would depend on what duration of time, but I think it'd be great to see them spend like £1 billion to bring players like Messi, obviously to cover his wages, and also younger players as well, like M.B.S, Haaland, up-and-coming players who are set to be apparently the next Ronaldo and the next Messi and Ronaldo. I like to put in that order for a little pattern, like, because it's Messi and Ronaldo, Mr. M.R. So anyway, sorry, this is some of my strange patterns, but yeah. So I think it'd be great if they spent like £1 billion or something like maybe like even £1 billion on the club, which I think would roughly be about 1.5 billion euros. But I don't know, maybe that is like, expect them to spend like 10% of their overall net worth, which they've developed over a long time, and it's not like their annual salary, of course. But yeah, I don't know if that's a bit too much, but I think it would be great if they invested that much, especially over a certain period of time. But also, like, multi-company ownership could really invest quite a lot. Again, these might be my pipe dreams, but I thought at least I'd share them. So that made me feel a bit better about sharing them, at least. Because if I have an idea, sometimes I think try and have the confidence or positivity to share it is difficult, but if I don't share it, I always have that regret, thinking, what if it could have been an idea that could have worked and surprised people, including myself. Number 23, again, I'd love to see as much investment as possible from potential investors, owners, multi-company owners, maybe even the Italian government itself, local people from Turin, possibly, maybe like local politicians or people like that, councillors from the council itself, they could invest in different Italian teams as well. But obviously, I'm focusing, as I say, on Juventus mainly. Although obviously some of the fans from Turin will support the rival club, Torino. But since Juventus has fans all over Italy, if not the world, they could maybe fans could donate. So I was thinking like investors, potential owners, sponsors could invest. Like even sponsors could help to bring Messi and players like that to Juventus and help it to become like the new Galacticos, take it into a new era, Juventus and the new era and that sort of thing. So that could be really good for marketing. So obviously it's a good investment. They get the money back. Obviously, if they get the money back, it would be a good investment. So the amount of marketing that it could have and branding to bring Messi and Ronaldo, Mr. Messi and Ronaldo, and others coming together like Mbappe and Haaland and players, people like that, players like that, and also like as I say, like this is an idea I've been criticised for. So maybe again it might be a pipe dream, but I wonder if they had like GoFundMe or crowdfunding. And that sort of thing, and the fans even donated to the club, and there was a specific account for a bank account specifically for Juventus to buy new players and to invest in the academy or the academies around the world and have academies in all possible places, as well as supports clubs all around the world. And like they donated, as well as selling merchandise, like they even donated to the club to buy even better players and to develop even more. And hopefully that will help Juventus to win the Champions League or even the World Club Cup, as I mentioned before. But yeah, so like I wonder if fans could donate some money to like, and if there was a special account. Sorry, if I can learn to speak properly. I'm a bit special myself, of course, but as you can probably tell. But no, I mean, if there's like a special bank account which was for Juventus to buy, specifically for buying like 10% of the money that was there, you go to buying new players, or maybe even just the general revenue the club gets, 10% may go to like the to buying new players. 10% could go towards buying towards investing in the academy, and then whatever other costs, 10% go to whatever other costs are needed for the club, and the rest would be for profits, or 10% could go for charity as well. So the rest, 60 to 70%, could go towards like shareholders or owners as well. Obviously that gives them a financial incentive, and yeah, just as much fundraising and investment as possible. And I wonder again if crowdfunding, GoFundMe pages, or even or like people playing football and recording and put it on YouTube could go back into the club. And again, like maybe they already do have an account for the club, I don't know, but maybe they could have a special bank account for the club. And like if each car the Agnelli family sell, or however much money they make, they could donate like 10% of that to back into the club as well, whatever money they make each week, even maybe perhaps. But again, like I wonder if the fans could donate to this to the club into the account, so that money goes back into the club and they can buy better players and build the academy as well. Because I think it's important to develop youth as well as buying all these great players. But it would be, I'd say, it would be like a bit like the Galacticos of Real Madrid, what they used to have. Moving on, I think I covered that point quite a lot. But yeah, 24 again. I know that Italian clubs would be rivals obviously when they play against each other, and I think they should keep that rivalry. Obviously that pushes them more anyway, but as a fan of Italian football generically, I would love to see that money being I would love to see Italian teams get behind each other when they play non-Italian teams, let's say, in the Champions League, Europa League and the World Club Cup, and see them as representing like Serie A generally and Italian football generally, and also developing the grassroots. Number 25, again, I'd love to see Juventus have as many supporters clubs and also academies as possible all across the world, like especially in China, India, across Asia, Africa, Australasia, the Americas, even for indigenous people from the Americas, Aborigines, Torres and Strait Pacific Islanders, and Maoris as well in Australasia, of course, and that sort of thing. Number 26, I think it'd be great if they gave charity, as I say, and that sort of thing, to the less fortunate as well, and did some work towards helping poorer people around the world as a club as well. So again, I think 10% should be invested into buying players, 10% of the revenue or profits or whatever, even to buy maybe even 10% of the revenue to buy new players, 10% to buy to spend on the academies, and 10% for charity, and again the rest could go to shareholders or whatever other costs are required for a club to be successful, like spending money on managers as well, and coaching staff, sporting director of football, and all that kind of thing, and whatever a modern club has, of course, and again best possible facilities. Number 27, I think it'd be great if they listed the heroes. I know they already kind of do this, but it would be great to honour the heroes as much as possible, and also get people to compete and see how far, like Messi or Ronaldo, if Messi did come, like how far he would be in the Hall of Fame, or even if young players like M.B.S and Haaland came in, like how well they would be in the future and they compete to become on the Hall of Fame and all that kind of thing. 28, I think players and former players and even current players could be coaches of the younger players, and also brand ambassadors for the club. I'm going a bit fast now because I've exceeded the amount of time I wanted to spend on this video, but 29, I think it'd be great if the my fellow Anglo-Indians supported clubs like Juventus. And number 30, I think it'd be great if they had as much tax and financial incentives from politicians, the government, and even the local council to encourage investment into Juventus. So I hope you enjoyed this video. As I say, sorry if it went on a bit long. I hope I made some sense. I'd love to hear what your least and most favourite ideas are, or whatever ideas you have, and what you thought of the video, especially if you're a Juventus fan, but just general opinion, all opinions accepted, of course. And I'm out. Peace out.